purpose.
I'm ill, I'm ill, I'm ill, I'm ill, I'm ill, I'm ill, I'm ill.
Brooklyn, New York. I'm from Brownsville. Growing up in Brownsville was really, really hard. Really hard. Growing up, I faced a lot of deaths, losing a lot of people that I'm close to because of Brownsville, in them streets of Brownsville. And, what I realized growing up is you're gonna have a circle of friends. And either some are gonna go the right path, do what they have to do in life. Some either gonna be dead or some gonna be locked up. That's really just how it goes. They were just tired of the consistent gunshots being fired at all times of the day, in the middle of the park, walking to the store, you got a duck on the floor. And one thing I thought that was crazy when I, got older to understand was my father used to teach us to actually duck on the floor when you hear gunshots at the age of 4 or 5. Even it was normal, yeah. It was really, really normal. I started rapping at the age of 11. My brother, he came in the room one day, he was freestyling, and I thought it was hot. Well, thinking about the rhyme now, it was really garbage. But he started rapping, and I was just fascinated how the words sound. I was like, wow, they sound good rhyming. Like, how you do that? And he was like, you just gotta write. So I picked my pen and paper up and I started writing. It was a way for me to express myself. You could sit here and ask me, how do I feel? I can tell you how I feel, but if I wrote it down on the paper, I could really break it down into details of how I really feel about something or a situation or whatever the case is. But music was more of an escape for me. My soul was very eased when I released my thoughts. I got to North Carolina at the age of 15. When I moved to North Carolina, I left it alone. I didn't feel inspired by anything. I was so used to running the streets in New York, seeing things on a daily day basis, and it was just so much coming at you at once, and that inspired me to, write my stories and write how I feel. But when I moved to North Carolina, I was miserable. I was really, really miserable at first. I always wrote, but I never took it serious, because I always used writing as a way to express myself. So I always wrote, I just really didn't take it serious. But actually what made me pick up the pen again to start writing, this was about a year and a half ago. I was like 19 at the time. My brother, he came to me, this is very random, and he was like, it's up to you to make it out. It's up to you. You the one that gotta get us out of here. And at that moment, I was like, maybe he's right. And for him to say that, I didn't really expect it because he's not one who really pays attention much to me. Like, that I really, really didn't expect that. It wasn't intentionally planned to, we're gonna shoot this video and we're gonna put this on World Star Hip Hop. No, that was not the case. It was very, very random. It was a spirit of the moment thing. It was actually my first video. And I chose Lose Yourself because that's how I was feeling at that time. I wanted to express a side of me that no one never see, or just, I don't know, I just wanted to open up. I just wanted to get out of character. I just didn't want to be who I really was at that time. The video, it dropped, I released it on YouTube on January 1st, 2011, and then it hit World Star Hip Hop on January 11th, 2011. So it was kind of amazing to see, 1/1/11 and then 1/11/11. I just thought it was amazing way the universe has set it up for me. So when I seen my video on World Star Hip Hop, it was early in the morning, and I checked my inbox on Facebook, and I see a message, and someone was like, "Oh, you look real familiar. Aren't you that girl from World Star Hip Hop?" And I'm like, What are you talking about? Like, nah, you got me confused. So then I seen on my wall, someone like, Juju the rapper got a video on World Star Hip Hop. And I'm like, oh gosh, like, I really was scared to go to World Star Hip Hop because I didn't know what they was gonna label me under. I was so scared. When I went to the website and I seen Female Talent of the Week, that was when I was like, wow, like, I really do have a talent. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't think I had a talent. I just thought I was expressing myself. So, when I was told about it, when I heard about it, like, oh, they got this commercial and the shots look similar to your video, I was like, okay. Like, I really didn't think nothing of it. And meanwhile, I didn't see it at the time. I had a couple of people who was like, did you see that commercial? I'm like, I don't know what commercial you're talking about. So one day I was at home and I was in the kitchen, then I hear Lose Yourself come on. I'm like, that's random, they playing this song again, and I see the commercial and I'm like, oh wow, that looks similar to my video. Like, it was kind of amazing, but I really didn't think nothing of it. I just felt as if, okay, maybe I'm doing the right thing, my idea was really good. So Lose Yourself to me was more of an introduction of, okay, I can rap. Now, what I have to back that up is songs that's actually experience. And I'm a very conscious rapper. I'm very in tune with myself and this universe. Like, I'm very conscious. I feel as if artists really don't realize how much power they have and influence on society. And I don't know, I always say this, music and money make the world go around. Music is all around us, it's everywhere we go. Like, we're surrounded by music everywhere. And I just feel like if an artist is talking on a specific subject, let's say for instance, an example, popping pills or something or whatever. And at that time, that's not what the generation is doing. By that being promoted on the radio, or you constantly hear this artist talk about drugs and sex and doing all this, doing all that, then that's what the world's gonna react on. There's pressure there, but then it's really not pressure. Just for the simple fact that it's simple, it's easy, this is what I do. Like, I do it without even trying. And I just think it just needs to end, whether it's a guy that do it, a baby, a toddler, a female, like, it just really need to stop now. Like, hip hop is at the point where it's like, what is this? Like, who is this? Now I can't even keep up with no artists that come out. I have no idea who is who. Someone we played on the radio, I'm like, who is that? Like, I never heard of him, or where did he come from? Like, I grew up in an era where it was a lot of conscious rap. Like, it was real hip hop, from when Jay-Z and Nas and Big and Pac and Eminem and, around Lloyd Banks and G-Unit. When they came out, G-Unit, I was 13, 14, so that still, influenced me as well. So I came out around that time, like in the 90s, when hip hop was with the beef and it was real lyrics. It was a point, it was a moral, it was taken seriously. That's when I really got into hip hop. We're actually on the set of a new video that I'll be releasing soon. It's called Hate Me Now. Back to reality. If you're not hot, then why the fuck is you rapping? Like, It was actually in a line of a song that I had done about 2 years ago when I was like 18. And it was saying something like, something, you know, get ghosts like Bin Laden. If you not hot, then why the fuck is you rapping? Something like that. That was the line. I don't really remember how I started, but I remember that was similar to what it was. And I just took that line and was like, oh, I think this would be catchy. You know, during that time, like, it wasn't something I had thought about. But then, you know, I was throwing a track, and I was like, that was the first line that popped up in my head. Like, if you're not hot, then why the fuck is you rapping? And I just took it from there. And I just felt like that's where hip hop is at now. Like, everyone is feeling that way. Like, yo, if you're not hot, why the fuck is you rapping? Like, what's your reason? Like, you're garbage. Like, where do I see myself in 5 years? As long as I'm creating my creations, I can see me at success.